Hello, my friends. This is Brian the Speaker coming to you tonight with a quick review of Book of Boba Fett Episode 5. Now, I wasn't going to do any more reviews of Book of Boba Fett because at this point, why? Why do it? But I changed my mind when I saw this episode and realized this is an episode of The Mandalorian, which is good. It was a good episode of Book of Boba Fett. I guess because Boba Fett wasn't in it. This seriously, this was an episode of The Mandalorian. Now, there will be spoilers, so if you've not watched this episode yet, yeah, you might want to tune out and then come back when you've actually had a chance. Unless you're not going to watch it, and then I'm not spoiling anything for you. But seriously, if you like The Mandalorian, go watch episode 5, because he's in it and Boba Fett isn't. And once again, the only character of really any importance from Book of Boba Fett that we see in this is Fenrir Steenenheim, whatever her name is. I don't know. She's the girl assassin. Fenrir. I don't know. Whatever. Who cares? It's an Asian actress that I actually like. She was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and she was in several other things. She always ends up playing a badass female character, which, I mean, I kind of feel like she's been typecast as that, which I'm sure she's glad just to have the acting work. But I mean, it would be a little insulting that, like, I don't get any more range than just being an Asian woman who knows a lot of karate kicks. Hollywood being stereotypical and typecasting people based on their race. Who would have thought it? You know, whatever that word I was trying to say. Anyway, so this was a great episode. It was really good, which, I mean, I was just like, cool, the Mandalorian's back. Oh, no, he's coming back next time. Which, I don't have a problem with the actor who plays Boba Fett. I don't have a problem with any casting, really, other than the Borg wannabe Vespa bikers from the last episode. That was just retarded. But I mean, that's more of not really the casting, and that's just the fact that they even exist in this world because it's stupid. I also noticed that, and hear me out on this, I think the creators of the game Halo have an excellent opportunity to sue the crap out of Walt Disney. Because did anybody else notice the fact that there was a Halo ring in Star Wars now? Boy, they'll just steal from anybody, won't they? They figure we're so big, nobody can come after us. Please, Microsoft, or whoever it was that developed it, I think Microsoft had a hand in it. I don't know. Whoever designed Halo and came up with Halo, please sue Disney. Sue the crap out of them over the fact that they took your idea and stuck it in Star Wars. Because they're creatively bankrupt and can't think of anything new on their own. So, because yes, the ring from Halo makes an appearance in Star Wars this week. It's kind of a slash between Coruscant and a desert planet with terrible CGI. Something that Lucas would be proud of from the remakes of the original films. Like Mos Eisley, what he did to Mos Eisley with the CGI stuff. And, you know, he would love the fact that you turned a Halo ring into a really crappy CGI thing. When a game looks better than what Walt Disney can do, I think it's time to give it up. Anyway, so other than that, please sue Disney. Microsoft, I'll be sending them a memo this week to say, hey, I think you've got a good case for millions of dollars of suing Walt Disney for stealing your ideas. Anyway, but other than that, I mean, the beginning of this episode starts out with a massive fight sequence where not Boba Fett is taking out a bad guy as a bounty. And is the fight sequence and fight scene we have all been waiting for to show up in Book of Boba Fett and still haven't gotten from Boba Fett. Because he spends so much time in the pod soaking in a steaming bath of juices. Back to tank. we'll call it a back to tank. It looks more like a personal jacuzzi, in my opinion. Back to tanks were always upright, not horizontal. Anyway, but not now. This is cheaper. Anyway, so I mean, it was a great fight sequence. He kills the bad guy, which is just he chops him in half like he's in a magic trick. Ta-da! Bad guy in two, and then and you don't get to see it, but he swung and he cuts his head off because he's still got the dark saber. Then we get more with him going to the Halo ring to find the Mandalorians from the episodes of the Mandalorian. The female chick and one of the other guys survived the massacre, and we get a lot of stuff going on there. The only thing that seemed a little to bog the episode down was the scene when he gets to Tatooine, because his ship mechanic person on Tatooine has told him that she has a new ship for him, or a ship for him to purchase, and he thinks he's getting another Razor Crest, and come to find out, no, we're going down memory lane and we're getting a Naboo fighter from Attack of the Clones. No, Phantom Menace. And yay, because of course one of those would be on Tatooine. Why wouldn't they be? They're nowhere near Tatooine. But, ta-da! It's on Tatooine. But we get this long, drawn-out sequence of him helping her put the ship back together, which is fine. It kind of drug on a little bit too long. And then we get the scene of him actually testing it out, which is actually really kind of cool. It does call back the best parts of Phantom Menace, which was the pod racing. We get to see this fighter zooming through Beggar's Canyon, which another member Barry that was actually kind of cool to hear and see. And now you see why Luke says it's just like Beggar's Canyon back home. And when he does the Death Star trench, and you kind of, you're like, all right, I can see that. Except this Beggar's Canyon has curves and the Death Star was just straight. Anyway, but it was kind of fun to see that, to actually see something we heard about in the original, cool member Barry to pop up. Kind of surprised me that they were going to do that. And then we have a scene where he gets intercepted in space by a couple of X-Wings. One of the guys who was involved with him once before, the old Asian pilot from the X-Wing. And then he zips away from him when he starts asking too many questions. And the X-Wing pilots are like, should we report this? No, it'll take too much paperwork. And they just let him go. Because that's what you would do as an X-Wing pilot for the New Republic. You just let people get away because it'd be too hard to chase them. Oh. Anyway, it was actually not too bad. I was just sitting there going, yeah, okay, that doesn't seem in character for the New Republic trip, but okay, whatever. Anyway, but honestly, it's the best episode of the Mandalorian. I mean, the Book of Boba Fett we've gotten. But seriously, it's because it's not Boba Fett. It's the Mandalorian. And the Mandalorian has been a better character, better thought out character, better well-rounded character, more action-oriented character than Boba Fett. How is that possible, Disney? That you screwed up an established character. You can't, I mean, you couldn't even put him on a par with a new character that you've created. Oh, that's right, because then, that pesky George Lucas, he's going to get some of the profits if we spend too much time on that Boba Fett guy, because he created him. We gotta stop him from getting any residuals on that. Anyway, so, I mean, it was a great episode. It should have been in the next season of The Mandalorian and not in this. But we knew from the ending of the last episode that we were going to see the Mandalorian in this show. And clearly he is superior to Boba Fett, because Boba Fett in his own show has been terrible. Anyway, so I give this an 8 out of 10 for a good episode of a TV show. It's just unfortunate that it's sandwiched between a bunch of... but maybe they're going to make... pardon me, maybe they're going to draw this back around and actually save Boba Fett, and we'll be able to watch the last half of the season. We'll just pretend that the first half of the season didn't take place, because none of that makes sense at all. Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll talk to you next time. Bye now.